Hey guys, what is up? It is your friendly neighborhood Ooze here, back again with another Binding of Isaac Afterbirth video. I'm gonna do a just regular ass Isaac hard mode run. I'm not feeling any fancy shit or you know, keeper. So we're just gonna stick nice and classic. Nice and classic. So first things first, I want to talk about the fact that Dota 2 got a super major balance patch that honestly probably turns it into a completely different game, which is awesome. I love it when patches like that happen. I hate this champion enemy. Alright, cool. Alright, I like Candy Grab, it's cool. So, super huge patch. I did record my first initial run-through of the patch notes with a bunch of people on TeamSpeak, and I don't think I'm going to upload it. I think what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to break down the patch notes in a more digestible form and put that on YouTube, instead of it just being a first run-through with a lot of misinformation and shit like that. I think that's just going to be a better format overall, and it'll give me time to think about things. And also, there's a lot of questions I had in the first run-through, a lot of questions a lot of us had that we didn't know the answers to until we hopped on the test client and fucked around with it. So I now have those answers and shit. But just to give you an idea of some of the biggess changes I think in the patch, specifically the ones that I think are awesome or fucking stupid. Pudge is insane now. I think Pudge is actually fucking bonkers. I think that hero, first of all, was playable, like very playable, in pretty much every single patch previously. It's just nobody picked him for some reason. I don't know. I honestly don't know why people never picked Pudge. He's always seemed very good. Anywho, though, Pudge got buffed, and how he got buffed, I'll explain. Basically, the biggest change is his Aghanim Scepter. So, Pudge's Aghanim Scepter prior was, it just added on his Dismember, which is a, Dismember is basically just, it's a stun, a channeled stun where he channels it, he's hitting the enemy hero, and deals damage to them while stunning them for the full duration. And his old Ags was... Fuck Ragnar. I'm already in fuck this mode, seriously. I hate this. I really hate Ragman. I really do. I really do. I really wish he wasn't a first floor boss. There's no logical reason for him to be a first floor boss at all. This motherfucker is like, he'd be hard for a caves boss, and he's a first floor boss. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyway, Pudge's Aghanim Scepter used to, and I guess still does currently, because the patch isn't released on live yet. It's just on the test servers and in patch note form. God. I hate Ragman, I hate Ragman, I hate Ragman. I hope you die, please. You're one hit, thank you. And now I have a chance to kill this shit without losing my Spirit Heart. It's just a chance. I got there. Reroll. Thank God. It added damage to his ultimate and healed him. The damage that got added was based on his strength stat. So you would basically just stack a bunch of strength, or you just buy Ags because it's just good, and you get a lot of strength passively because of Flesh Heap, which is his passive that gives you strength stat. It gives you stacks of Flesh Heap whenever you're near an enemy dying. So, pretty good ability. Now, that's innate, but in a neutered form in his ultimate. So now you get a percentage of your strength as extra damage, and it heals you based on the damage, just baked into the ultimate ability without an Ags, right? And now what Ags does is it actually affects Meat Hook, which, if you don't know what Meat Hook does, you probably have never, I don't know, played a video game in your life. Everybody refers to Meat Hook type abilities in other games as Pudge Hook, so you probably know what I'm referring to. But they changed that, so when you have Ags, now it does more damage. So it used to do 360 pure damage, which was a fuckload, and now it's going to do 475 pure damage, which is an even bigger fuckload. Oh yeah, and then wait for it, that's right, it also now, instead of having an 11-second cooldown, has a 4-second cooldown with an Aghanim Scepter. 4-second cooldown, 475 pure damage. Yes, it requires skill to land, unless you're point blank. If you're point blank, then it just hits them, and that's it. And now it's just, you have the highest damage nuke in the game, like higher than fucking, you know, Laguna Blade, right? And it's on a 4-second cooldown. It's retarded, okay? It's actually just fucking retarded. And, you know, initially I was like, I mean, it seems really good, but I don't know if it's broken. And then we played a game against the Pudge who, you know, packed our fudge right up in the butthole, and it was hellish? I don't know. It's still probably not the most broken thing that got added in the patch, but it's up there. It is definitely up there. Another change that got added in the patch that seems bananas is OD, Outworld Devourer, Outhouse Decorator. That guy, he is, first of all, he's a pretty scummy hero. All this has really been seen as just scummy. Because he steals int, which he's normally a mid laner, right? And in the mid lane, a lot of the heroes that go there, a lot of the heroes that go to the mid lane are int heroes, which means that their damage is based on their intelligence stat. And OD, of course, is also an int hero, and he would go mid and he steals int, right? So that means that he basically makes the enemy laner hit less hard while also making himself hit more hard, thus dramatically swinging the laning phase in his advantage. And that's what he's always done, right? But they changed him in this patch, and he's still in Captain's mode, which I find weird. They removed a few heroes from Captain's mode temporarily while they were reworking them. They reworked 5 heroes that are now removed from Captain's mode. I believe there were a lot of heroes that were also changed dramatically, but only those 5 were removed from Captain's mode. I thought there was another Tinted Rock. That must have been the first one. So OD was not removed from Captain's mode, which is the competitive game type, right? And so what OD does now is, instead of the int steal being on Astral Imprisonment, which is the thing where he sticks him in a space hole for some number of seconds based on the level, and then he would steal int and shit. Well, now it's a different ability. Now it's 4 seconds they're stuck in that space hole where they can't do anything. They also can't be damaged, so it's kind of safe, right? So now that just lasts 4 seconds across the board at all ranks, and it now, at the end of the space hole, it deals a nuke damage to the hero that got put into it and everybody around him. So that got changed. So now what happens is, now his int steal is on his Q, which is it's an orb effect. It's an added bonus. Fuck off! What the fuck was that split? He was just like bleh, and then you know, like, it was just fucking rapid fire, like bleh bleh. Like, I don't understand, man. He just finished shooting the other one, and then he just fucking got it. That's bullshit. All right, cool item, whatever. So now his int steal is on his Q, which basically all it does is it costs a fuckload of mana, and it adds pure damage to his auto attack based on his current mana. So it's just a straight percent of current mana, like the literal number of current mana, not percent or anything like that. So you want high mana pool. That increases damage. But now, and int, of course, gives you mana pool. Every point of int gives you 13 mana. I believe it's 13, right? Yeah. Yeah, because 1 int makes you a 13 mana board. That's right. Okay. So now it steals int based on the level of the orb. It steals 0 into level 1, 1 at 2, 2 at 3, 3 at 4. So max level, you're stealing 3 int per auto attack, which is pretty substantial, in fairness. And then it gets even better, because now, right, so first of all, that's disgusting. Like, just to be incredibly explicitly clear, that's disgusting, all right? Those numbers are filthy. But now, the best part is He has an Aghanim Scepter that has been fucked with a lot. It was joked about for a long time as being the worst Aghanim Scepter in the game. Because it would change his ultimate, so it would just basically be the same as getting some arbitrarily low amount of extra intelligence, right? Basically, that was the gist. So then they changed it a bunch. They changed it a few times. They made it burn mana. They were like, don't really like that. So the last change that they had it to, and they seemed pretty happy with it, was when you use your ultimate on somebody, it puts them in the space hole, right? Which, sure, that seems fine. And prior to this patch, that would steal int, right? Which was pretty good. If you hit it on 5 heroes, you got the int steal on 5 heroes, and it was a pretty substantial int steal. I don't remember the exact numbers. I wasn't scummy enough to pick OD frequently. But you'd steal a bunch of int, right? That's pretty good. Do AoE damage. Sorry, let me actually explain what his ulti does. It's literally just a big AoE nuke that does damage based on the amount, the difference in intelligence between OD and his targets. People hit by it. So, you know, goes with the theme of him stealing smart. And, I'm gonna die. Yeah, I knew I was gonna get hit by that shit, man. I knew it. I knew it. The moment that I began to dodge, I was like, that's gonna hit me. That's gonna explode right the fuck next to me, and I'm gonna be pissed about it. And lo and behold, I'm shooting real fast. That aura stab boost is pretty sweet. Come on. Anywho, so yeah, basically OD, scummy, etc. What was I gonna say? Right. New Aghanim Scepter effect. Well, the Ag still does the same thing. It puts him in a space hole. But instead of stealing int, now the space hole does AoE nuke damage after the space hole ends. So that means you're beginning the assault with AoE nuke damage by, you know, hitting them all with the fucking gigantic sky hammer, right? And then they're all in prison for 4 seconds, right? So then your team gets time for either your cooldowns to come back or, you know, get in position to set up for the follow-up, and then the space holes all end simultaneously, and if they're close enough to each other, every single player gets hit by 5 times the damage of the space hole, right? Because if they're all clustered, they all get hit by the AoE for each other one, including themselves, so a total of 5 each. It does 300 damage, by the way. So they're dead, right? Like, if you hit a 5-man ulti with Aghanim Scepter on OD now, they just all die, right? They just all die. That's it. It's bananas. So OD's crazy. Doom got a new ability, but he got removed from Captain's Draft, so who gives a shit? What else changed? What else changed? Lots of stuff. I mean, the patch just shakes up the entire game. New items and shit, too. Bunch of new items, actually. Which are really exciting. We've been, you know, playing test client all night, right? So, we've tested a lot of the things just to see kind of like where it's at, you know. There's a battery on the floor, right? Yeah, let's re-roll this. I'll take health up. I think it's better than box. I'm gonna backtrack for the battery and then just come back. Tested a lot of stuff. There's this really cool new item, which I forget the name of. Aether Lens? Is that what it is? I think so. It's something lens, and I think it's Aether Lens. This battery did not require a bomb. So Aether Lens is pretty cool. It's built from a couple things that you're gonna want generally. It's built from Energy Booster, which is mostly known about because it builds into Arcane Boots. It's then also built from a cloak, which sometimes you just build a casual cloak, but you know, it gives magic resist. And then what else? What's the third thing it's built from? I do not remember. I don't remember. The point is, it's really cool because what it does is it increases the range of spells and gives you 5% extra damage on all of your spells, right? And now the way Dota is very, very specific, and by specific I mean in this specific instance, very inclusive. All right, if it's a fucking spell, it's a spell. That's it, right? Like, no fanciness, no bullshit. Okay. Is it a thing you fucking use? Is it one of your 4 abilities? Then it's a spell, okay? So it's affected by this, right? The extra range on spells does only affect targeted spells, though. But the spell damage affects all spells. But what if it's physical? It's a spell. But what if it's pure damage? It's a spell. All right? All spells. Spells get 8% extra damage with this item. That's it, right? Same as Octarine Core. When Octarine Core was first spoiled, teased, whatever you want to call it, everybody was like, but does it affect quill spray for bristleback? Because that's physical damage. Is it a spell? Well, yeah, but it's physical, but it's a spell. So yes, it works. Just wants a spell. That's all that matters, is it's a spell. That's it. So if it's a spell, it's a spell. And if a spell is a spell, then a spell's a spell. Alright? So spell. Okay? Spell. You got me? Picking up what I'm putting down? Same thing with Aether Lens. Gives extra damage to anything that's a goddamn spell. What if it doesn't deal damage and it's a spell? Well, 8% of 0 is still fucking 0, okay? So there you go. Figured that one out for you myself. You're welcome. But, yeah. There is, in fairness, right, in the defense of these people, there is some ambiguity in the wordings and patch notes generally. It's a very common occurrence to have ambiguous wording in patch notes. In fact, this patch, damn it, damn it, I think, maybe damn it. In fact, this patch has one specific thing that I think is rather ambiguous, and is very hard to suss out. So, the exact text from the patch notes, I believe, says something along the lines of, the Earth Spirit can no longer... God, what was it? Explosive. I think it's can no longer... No, I don't remember. I think it's... So it has to do with Geomagnetic Grip, his ability where he pulls an ally towards him. Or pulls a stone towards him is the most common occurrence. But the wording is very weird. It could be taken 2 different ways. One way that it could be taken is that he can no longer use Geomagnetic Grip on enemies when you have an Aghanim Scepter, which allows you to turn enemies into rocks, or even allies into rocks. You could turn people into rocks, which improves a lot of your abilities. Whenever you use your abilities with rocks, they get improved, right? So his Axe turns people into rocks temporarily so that you can use them to, you know, be better for the abilities and shit. So it either means that you can't pull enemies that are turned into rocks, or you cannot pull allies unless they're rocks, right? I'll have to look up the exact wording, but it's pretty ambiguous either way. I'm of the opinion that based on the major complaints about how Earth Spirit is broken, about how the imbalances in the hero, I'm going to assume that, and this is one of the things that we didn't get around to testing because I didn't want to play Earth Spirit because he sucks now or something. He got pretty substantially nerfed in the patch because he got added to Captain's Mode, which is crazy to me. But, anywho, basically, I think that the change was that he can't pull allies unless they're rocks, right? Unless he has Aghanim Scepter. I think is the literal wording is like without Aghanim Scepter. Yeah, that was fair, Boar. No, that was super ultra mega fair. Oh, shit, this game sucks. Oh, come on! What the fuck? Are you serious? What the fucking fuck? Are you kidding me, dude? Are you actually joking? Come on. Really? Man? Really? Dude? I'm so fucking tired. I've been in fuck this mode since the beginning of this run. I just want to go to bed, man. Oh well, I'll keep talking about Dota. That's making me happy, so I'm gonna keep doing it. Okay, nice. Really? What are they fucking shots, dude? These shots are like wanted shots. They're curving around corners, dude. I don't want that. Fuck, man. Fuck. Anyway, one of the bigger changes in the patch that I like a lot. There's no way to not get hit in this room, dude. It's so fucking luck based. This room is. Jesus Christ, man. I hate this room. One of the bigger changes was Terrorblade. He got buffed monumentally, like insane amounts of buff, like so much buff. Because he was, you know, shit or something. And by buff, I mean he got added to Captain's Mode. They basically removed Terrorblade from Captain's Mode in the last patch because they reworked Reflection, which is an ability where he puts an illusion, a copy of somebody, a reflection, if you will, of a target enemy on them. And that reflection hits them, right? It deals damage to them, as well as slows them. Every time it hits them, it slows for like a second or something like that. That's what it did. And then they changed it in the last patch? The patch before, one of them. Recently. They changed it fairly recently, so instead of it just being a single target, it is now everybody within the AoE, like a very 500-ish AoE, which, to put it into perspective, most ranged heroes have an attack range somewhere between 500 and 600. So it's pretty high. So now it just affects everybody in the AoE, which is pretty fucking huge. And they removed him from Captain's Mode to see how that would work out, you know, if it's too good, not good enough, etc. See how they can tweak it. They mostly do it when they're scared that it's going to be too good, which I think was a fair... really? You still stomped on me when I was like beyond out of that shadow. Cool. Nice. Rad, dude. Sweet. Fucking spin, bro. Go pinwheel. Oh my god, I hate Krampus so much now. What the fuck did they do aside from the pinwheel? I swear to god his Brimstone has like twice the AoE that it did before. I swear to god. It's fucking outrageous. I don't understand what's wrong. Of course it's not one. Oh yeah, okay, yes. Yes, absolutely. How would I say no? Yeah. This is our chance. Now's our time. Okay, we have a chance now. We can win this one, maybe. But yeah, Terrorblade got removed from Captain's Mode because they were scared he was going to be too good, and they didn't change a thing, and now he's added to Captain's Mode, which is maybe terrifying, because Terrorblade is a weird one. Basically, this is how Terrorblade has gone in Dota 2. Holy fuck, he's broken. Holy fuck, he's butts. Holy fuck, he's no longer in Captain's Mode. And now we're here, right? That's been the progression of Terrorblade. And it's mostly because there was one nerf, right? There was one patch that nerfed Terrorblade that just fucked it. And it basically is the patch that made his base strength and strength gain like half of what they were before. He still has... I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I don't like this run at all. It's fucking ass. It fucking sucks. I hate all these enemies. Cool, I died. Woo! Thank God. I can just go to sleep, dude. That was the most unfucking enjoyable run I've had in a long time. Arguably less enjoyable than the daily from 2 days ago. That was honestly just fucking retarded. Anyway. It wasn't rage-inducing, it was just stupid and boring. But yeah, Terrorblade got nerfed into the ground after people were like, holy shit, he's broken. And they made his strength, so his base health, most heroes start with 500-600 health. Terrorblade, after the nerf, begins with, I believe, 415 or something like that. Low 400s of health. Which is incredibly low, and then his strength gain isn't much better. Like, you're looking at, hey, I'm level 11 and I have 800 health, right? Like, that's base health for some heroes, okay? So, very, very squishy. That pretty much fucked him. But I think most people are in agreement that the reflection change actually makes Terrorblade very good. And this patch probably is gonna heavily, it's gonna be very, very heavy on split push meta. A lot of people are going to be split pushing a lot, and I can guarantee that just because Arc Warden got added. That's it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it was sucked. You know, if you did though, or if you hated it, either way, just leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all that good shit, and I'll see you guys back again later today with another Binding of Isaac Afterbirth video. It'll be the daily run, of course, which I can't preview because it's only 12:30 a.m. But I'm gonna go pass out. See you, nerds. Yeah, you're a nerd. Get fucked.